All right. Well, hey, Bane, that sort of stuff I could do. I can get all this work done over my break when work is supposed to get done. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. Well, I mean, evil or practical, Bane. I'd like to try and make this a much more efficient operation. You know, try and make things go a little bit smoother. So, if there's other things that can be done, I know I'm not utilizing everything that can be utilized. I'm very much underutilized right now. Yeah, well, you know, he's a busy guy. I do pay him in minis though, so oddities. Thank you, Oddities, for the follow, and welcome to the Hero Zone. We are now one follower closer to our Tiamat giveaway. Because once we hit 4K followers, I'm giving away a free $400 pre-painted Gargantuan Tiamat. And there's nothing any of you could do to stop me. Not even you, Bane. That's right, I'm looking at you. Yep, very much so, Oddities. These last week, this week, and next week are a focus on the system, and we're having a 3-part story told on Tuesdays as well. So we're getting roleplay and workshop content. You do. You can always come and visit. All right, so fitted for the future. We're almost to this point. In the you'd have to come to Ohio. It is all of that is going up on our YouTube as well, and Oddities. If you want to see them video by video, they're being listed out on our Discord. Yeah, there's a planned get-together in August that I am not responsible for. I just happen to be here, and you all are going to come into town and apparently do stuff. So, you know. Yep, Oddities, this is an extension of a brick-and-mortar friendly local game store. So I take who I am and what I do and what I've done for a long time, and I have brought it online where I want to teach people creative storytelling, teach people different systems, teach character building like we're doing in this week, or during this week and tonight here. So what did we do? What did we do in last session? We ended up rolling a Medtech. We rolled for our life path. And we also went through our stats using the complete package option. 101 level is Street Rat building from templates. 102 level is Edge Runner style using a selection with a limited option. 103 level, tonight's, is complete package where you are given free reign for the character. So let's pick up now. Where are we at? If you ever want to know how to build a character, boom, page 41. We picked a role, we ran our life path, we have our stats. Now, and that was our derived statistics as well. Our skills. The complete package for calculated skills. Unlike the other types of characters, Street Rats and Edge Runners, complete package calculated characters get almost complete control over their skills. Like edge runners, these characters get 86 skill points to raise up any skills they want. But unlike edge runners, except for basic skills that all character types must have, see below, the complete package player can put the rest of their 86 points in any skills they want. In the complete package method, 4 things should be kept in mind. No skill can be higher than 6. The following skills must be at least level 2, and those are the basic skills. Skills marked in the master skill list with a ×2 cost, cost 2 skill points to increase every level. And don't forget, you get your 4 levels of language that you get for free based on your cultural origin, and we already have that. From the 86, after you put 2 in the basic skills, that leaves 60. So let's do this basic part first. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Did I miss one? 24, and street slang is 26. There they are. Street slang and your home. Local expert, your home. Now we have 60 points left over to put into anything we want, and which includes increasing the level of our basic skills. We're also floating a surgery 4. Now, if we were to take a suggestion, we could take a look at Medtech skills here for the edge runner and go, okay, yeah, I agree. Cybertech, maybe deduction, paramedic as well. Resist torture and drugs could be important as well. Some kind of a science. Those are good to keep in mind. Let's take a look at our life path. We are an intellectual and detached North American. Our clothing style is urban flash. Our hairstyle is striped. We value friendship the most, and we like most people. Our most valued person is a mentor. Our most valued possession is a photograph, possibly of that mentor. Our family background, we were born into wealth. Our parents were corporate managers. In our childhood environment, we ran the streets free. We were laughing about it, right? Because every neighborhood has like the little kid that is just the feral child that runs around and does everything, and that was us, right? Our family crisis is that of a blood feud with another family, and our life goal is to get off the street. Maybe we want to go back to that life of luxury, but we don't have the money to do so. We have 3 friends. 2 of them are old enemies, and 1 is just from when we were running the streets. We have 2 enemies. 1 is a childhood enemy who caused the loss of a friend, can call the local cops on us, and if we see him, we avoid him. Another enemy is someone we work for, our boss, or a boss anyway. We were accused of being lacking in something. They can throw themselves and a friend at us, and what's going to happen if this person sees us? They are going to rip our face off. It's not going to be a face-off where we're just going to square up on each other and go into some form of dirty dozens. This person wants to remove my face in a fight. But we're a body sculptor, so maybe they're doing us a favor by giving us a blank template. So yeah, we are a body sculptor. We do work with a partner who is a possible romantic. It's a partner with benefits, I guess. Our cryo equipment, we use that to also cool drinks. Our clients are local solos or other combat personnel, and we strip parts from bodies after firefights in order to be equipped. Now, based off of that, and we take a look at our stats: high int, high tech, high dex. What are some things we should buy up? We have 60 points that we're floating. All right, here, I'll put it up here in weapon. We have 60 points that we can spend. Now, there's a couple things here, I think, such as paramedic. We should probably put at least 4 points in paramedic. We should probably... Cybertech. Let's put 4 points in there. As we are on the street and we can get along with people, I do think we should increase our human perception. Our persuasion. We should probably bring up our streetwise as well, at least a little bit. Like, we're on the streets. We weren't always. We want to get off of them, but we at least kind of know what's going. In fact, we should increase that more. We need to know where there's firefights in order to get parts. Hi, Capo. We're not really good with handguns. We're using our hands for other things. Maybe I think we could bring our melee weapons up a little bit higher as well. Though I think we're a lot more like, let's, like Zoiks, let's get out of here, Scoob. So let's bring our evasion up a little bit more as well. So hopefully we can try avoiding things, but if it comes down to it, maybe we can wield a scalpel with the best of them, or a machete. Zoinks! We probably let our partner do the driving, because we're not going to be too good at that sort of stuff. Let's see. We treasure a photograph, and you know what? If we're in battle scenes, let's bring up our photography and film a little bit as well, so we can maybe collect some evidence or record interesting builds of people we see to take before and after photos of our body sculpting as well. Let's see now. If we were kind of a wild child in the artificial suburbia of a corporate district. We ran wild and free. We should bring up our stealth to sneak around on the battlefield as well. If our goal, like we get along, we want to get off the street. Our goal isn't money, but we want to get off the street. Education. We could bring that up a little bit as well. And then various sciences. We probably do know a science. If you have a suggestion for one. I almost want to say we could do a wilderness survival. Because we were a bit of a wild child. Like we were, you know, we're the kids. I forget whose routine this is from, but the setup for the comedy joke was, you know, you remember as kids when, you know, you were out and you're skateboarding and you're trying to do something like go up a ramp and you fall and you skin your knee, and there's always the kid that runs over and is like the paramedic of the group. He's like, someone go get leaves. We got to put leaves on the wound. We were probably that kid who asked the other kids, like, go get a leaf. Let's put a leaf on the wound. His knee is bleeding. Yeah, drink water from the garden hose. You think physics? The urban wilderness. Well, look, you know, in the manufactured suburbia of Corpo Town, that it has the things you could get there or that you see growing. You know, the things that are considered weeds, people might scrap in the streets for. You know, they'll scrap for a dandelion because it's fresh. Quite a bit of education, biochem as a scientist. We'll put 2 into biology. So what is this? This is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 18, 20. We're 28 points down, meaning that we have 22 points remaining. We have 22 points remaining. It is. That's why I brought it up, Awkward Mancer. It's edible. You could make wine out of it, but a lot of people consider them weeds. Have a good night, Storm's Fate. Thank you very much. I'm sorry if you said something and I didn't call out and give you a howdy, but thank you for being here as long as you were. Now, what else here? Intellectual and detached. So we probably know a lot of... we should probably put something in basic tech as well. Urban Flash. So probably something in maybe personal grooming. Although we are a bit of a wild child. Maybe still in our adulthood here. We want to get off the streets. We're a body sculptor. We have a possibly romantic partner. Who is also our paramedic partner. Our affectation, with which we're never without, is a pair of mirror shades. You're lurking from then? Well, yeah. Hey, go to bed if you need to, Storm's Fate. We've probably been captured time and again. This might actually be important, especially if we're scavenging out in the streets. Let's at least give ourselves... Let's at least give ourselves 3 in resist torture to bring it up to a 10. We'll throw a 1 in on personal grooming. We have 18 points remaining. Basic tech. Well, let's throw 2 in there. We should probably get... He might still be the face of the party, yeah. With as friendly as he is also, yeah. Interrogation, we need to know what's going on. Where does it hurt? Tell me, where does it hurt? Let's throw another 3 and another 1 in here. Any skills in analyzing or identifying what something is? There could be some cyberware for that. Otherwise, there might be electronic security tech. Could fall in there. Weapons tech to identify stuff. Deduction. There was a firefight. Let's throw a 2 in there. Maybe even criminology. Research is useful. Oh, perception's gonna be... Let's pump up our perception as well. That's 2, 4, 8, 10, 14, 16. We have 6 points remaining. We have 6 points remaining. Maybe something like conceal or reveal object, although we don't carry guns on us, but it might be important to conceal other things, like if we're harvesting parts in order to smuggle them out of there. Let's throw 2 in there. Because we do have access to private and governmental cryoware, or we have access to it. Hey, Chief's Den, welcome. Good to see you around these here parts. Let me give you a shout out in just a moment. I think bureaucracy, being able to navigate that, especially being friendly, is good. And possibly also we have 2 more points we could put into something. I don't know if pickpocket would be the best, but picklock. Well, but the corporate machine is what gave us a childhood, and we want to return to it, Tux. I learned how to pick locks before I learned how to... and so pick locks was from our wild child. Maybe that's how we got those mirror shades. Yeah, we could do something fun like that. Okay, we'll put the last 2 in there. All right. So we'll erase that. So, congratulations. We have our skills. We have our skills for our Medtech. Now, real quick, let me give a shout out to Chief's Den, who is playing VTM, and your game is called it's As Seattle Sleeps. Am I correct? Am I remembering that correctly? Is it As Seattle Sleeps or When Seattle Sleeps? While. All right. Well, all right. So I was neither. I got it completely wrong. 2 out of 10. Unliked, unfollowed, unsubscribed. Get out of here. How dare I? While Seattle Sleeps, a Vampire the Masquerade game. Go give Chief Sten a look. Because Chief Sten not only runs the VTMs, also apparently has familiarity with Cyberpunk. And also, you could talk to Chief about making some dice and buying some dice as well. Yep. So now Chief Sten is always welcome in Hero Zone, like in the crossover. But definitely Chief Sten and Macabre Derek have a lot more crossover in the Venn diagram of what they run. So if you want to learn more about VTM, certainly go watch Chief Sten run. That's an ongoing and a very long chronicle too, right? It's been going for what, at least? Has it been 2 years? Something like that? I mean, obviously, correct me if I'm mistaken, but it's been about or at least 2 years, right? A little over it? Really? Okay, yeah. Here, since I'm shilling for him anyway, that is Macabre Derek's. Derek will also run Vampire the Masquerade workshops like what you're seeing us do here for Cyberpunk. You can talk to him about building characters, making storylines, building NPCs, etc., etc. And he is also a commission artist who I highly recommend. And if you want something drawn for D&D, for Cyberpunk, for Vampire, for Battletech, and other things, because he'll also talk about Battletech a lot, go give him a look too. Yep, shill. Australia says each year the 2020s feels like a decade. It has. We've had a weird kind of time dilation, right? I know it's because I gotta get the revised ones out to Raven to remake. Yes. And everyone's been having a blast because of that, right? Right, Chief? Oh, okay. So that was the finale that was going on. All right, now weapons and armor here. Wolves on a boat. Anything could have happened in a session called Wolves on a Boat. So much near death, I bet. Oh my gosh. Here's all the info. Don't let it overwhelm you. We can come back to it. When you get to the end of this section, this is going to give you like stats and skills. Complete package characters have a lot more leeway when selecting weapons, armor, and gear. Unlike edge runners and street rats, you get 2,550 Eurobucks to buy any weapons, armor, gear, and cyberware you want. Just hit the lists and start shopping. Keep in mind, the next section of character creation is where you'll be buying cyberware, so make sure you have some money for those important purchases. A full list of weapons, armor, gear, and cyberware can be found in the night market section on page 340, and it is all fair game if you have the EB, the Eddies. You keep anything you don't spend. Now, this can be a section in and of itself where we could just spend an hour shopping for this character. Because you have 2,500... Yeah, A lot of it, I think, is going to go towards the cyberware in order to be able to really do what he does. Yeah, you spend a lot of time on it. So, it's, it is something that I don't want to hand wave, but he's not really going to have gun, like he might have a knife. He's not really good with guns, so he's not going to have one. For a character like this, it might be better to look at what the Street Rat slash Edge Runner has and use that as a basis, or really just look at this budget and go to cyberware and then fill in the rest of the mundane stuff after that. Hi, Cyborg Larry. No, you're fine. Yeah, well, probably not a gun, Thantos. He's not very... I mean, you could have a gun. He could roll. He'd add 3 plus a D10. So, I mean, he might be able to hit the broadside of a barn. Armor for sure. Maybe a melee weapon of some kind. But primarily, we're going to be looking at his cyberware, because he's gonna put in a lot of work with something like that. Yeah, spend all of the monies on cyberware, says Tux. Melee weapon, but maybe a small backup gun due to stripping bodies in firefights. Yeah, so we could probably like carry a small pistol, because hey, if you wear it and you at least exude confidence, people will still look at that and go, okay, let's not be too hasty. You know, or it's the scene from it's the scene from Blazing Saddles, where what's the character's name? The fastest gun in the West, right? He brings his hand up. He's like, yeah, check that out. And the sheriff says, looks fine. And then he says, yeah, but this is my shooting hand. That's kind of what this character might be able to perform surgery, but we're not so good with a gun. We can still carry it, and we might be able to flex with it, you know, to show that, hey, don't make us use this, please. Oh yeah, a threat deterrent. Chief Stens just says a one humanity Ripper Doc. Just living on that edge. Hopefully you don't see a grandma jaywalking in the street and that's like an auto -1 humanity for the crushing degeneracy of living in a cyberpunk dystopia. So for the most part, why don't we take a look at the Cyberpunk packages here. Now, generally, a Medtech, this is if we look at what Street Rats and Edge Runners are equipped with. Medtech is suggested to have a biomonitor, a cyber eye, nasal filters or toxin binders, and teleoptics. We probably will want a some sort of an arm as well to do our operations. Well, in Vampire the Masquerade, Awkward Mancer, that is mechanically baked into the system. That's not necessarily the case in Cyberpunk. But that's also because in Cyberpunk, you could just go to therapy and get humanity back. In Vampire, if you gain humanity in Vampire, it's because you spent a lot of experience points and or a lot of story time in order to be able to get like one humanity back. But you can lose humanity so quickly in that system. So I think that's why humanity is more of, like, it should be GM discretion, of course, you know, and I think for the most part it's left to that. But there's not a baked-in resistance to losing humanity like there is in Vampire. Well, it's not that there's no psychologists in the world of darkness, but there, you can't. A human psychologist can't provide therapy to a vampire. Well, that's kind of called the salubri in a in a broad sense. But yeah, it would be very difficult because at its core, as a vampire, you don't think and operate the same way as humans. You gotta live in and around them. You are among them. Wow. But a human therapist giving you advice is not going to help what is plaguing you. Sylvanov had a vampire seeing a psychologist? One moment, I have to plug in my headset, everyone. Okay, that should hopefully be better. Awkward Mancer says, the Lucifer show had an excellent take on a human trying to give professional advice to a non-human. Is this forever night now? Asks Heretic Trance. They eventually became Gould and then turned. Ah, yep. So gives you a whole different take on the psychological practice in that regard. All right, so we have some suggested equipment here. We know that we have 2,250. Was it? It was 2,250, I believe. And we can go shopping through here and see what it is that we should pick up. If there's just a couple little things. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. The PDF Langoliers are catching up to us here. Yep. Yeah, let's see. They're devouring the sheet right behind us here. I don't know what's going on with that. I might just have to break out the physical book and just sort of keep this. See, we can move forward. We just can't go backward, Tux. Hi, Redston. Good to see you. Yeah, so sorry, I guess I can't show off things like the basic knife and all that. But that's why when you have the physical book, you don't have to worry about stuff like that happening. Huh, a Medtech suggested weapons and armor. A shotgun or assault rifle? Not with this guy. Basic shotgun shells and rifle ammo. An incendiary shotgun shell. Smoke grenades could be interesting. Light armor jack. We'll probably go with that. And even a bulletproof shield, I agree with that. So let's do this. We're gonna take 50, and we'll give ourselves a medium pistol. You know, just as like a service pistol or something, right? Medium pistol. Damage is 2d6. Rate of fire is 2. Note. This is can be concealed. And then we carry let's deduct another 50. And our ammunition, we have 50 medium. 50 basic medium bullets. Then we'll give ourselves some sort of a light melee weapon. I don't know what a Creole kid growing up in rich suburbia would wield. Could be a knife. This says tomahawk is another form of a light melee weapon. Or we could take a medium melee weapon, which is something like a baseball bat, crowbar, or machete. Could be something like a bone saw or something. So why don't we go for a medium melee weapon? That's going to do 2d6. Rate of fire is 2. Can it be concealed? Not concealable. Armor, we have a decent evasion, but even if we're hit here, why don't we give ourselves that shield? Oh, the medium weapon is also $50, so we got to take off 50. And let's give ourselves let's see, -2 to reflex, dex, and move if we get something more than a body weight suit. But that's very expensive. But our reflex, dex, and move is already 4. That would make us slower. Alright, well, let's buy light armor jack. So we're down 150 between the weapon and light armor jack and light armor jack. 11 and 11. No penalty. No penalty. And then a bulletproof shield. Ten hit points on that. Alright, well that's not all showing. I'm just going to put 10 in here. No penalty, but it does take an arm. So we're down 250 for this. So we are at 1,900 bucks. Have a good night, Bane. Thank you for lurking. It is cutting into cyberware funds, Tux, and we'll have to see what we have left over, and we could try cashing something back in. Ooh, this is extra tough mode with the PDF kind of being weird here. Now there's a lot of other stuff like an agent, and we would need an air hypo as well. Well, that's if we're using if we're applying drugs, which it doesn't seem like we're more of a harvester. Or we're working in a clinic that might already have that stuff. I'm not going to worry about buying an electric guitar or a t-shirt. Biomonitor subdermal implant, which generates a readout of vitals, can link to an agent. Okay, so we should probably get a biomonitor and an agent. Sell your soul for a Neuralink, says Chief Sten. Yeah, so a biomonitor is 100. And it's 500 for a neural link. Wired artificial nervous system required to use neural wear and subdermal grip. So let's give ourselves an agent, and the agent is 100. And the, what was it? The bio monitor. Oh no! No, our character, oh no. Alright, we might have to finish this, we might have to finish this after a reset or something. I have no idea. My computer's resources aren't even being overtaxed. I'm only at 15% GPU, 43% memory, and 11% CPU. So I have no idea why this is crashing out here. But I'll make a note here that we did also buy a bio monitor. Add bio monitor. Yeah, you died. Wow. This is Traveler. You could die in your character creation. There we go, everyone. We're having a lot of good crossovers. Yeah, and it's only this third sheet now. Weird. Radar hands on a dock. Might be the limit of the app. Oh, I don't know. Like nothing is spiking my resources. So I don't know here. Anyway, all we needed were the skills and the money to pay the bills and the bills for our equipment. So what we'll do, we're going to add this across 9, 10, 8, 12, 8, 9, 7, 7, 7. Now, if you notice, I brought this up before. Dance, watch what happens. Dance is at 0. When we put a 7 in here, Pilot C vehicle also increases to 7. There's something about the default form fillable sheet that the Dance and Pilot C vehicle are the same box in 2 different places. So just be aware of that. We don't actually have a 7 in Pilot C vehicle, it's 3, but the form fillable sheet has a little bloop in it in that regard. Endurance is going to do the same thing for riding. And remember, when you're resolving attacks or skill checks or whatever, it is stat plus skill plus D10, and then if there's a modifier from a crit or from something else, then you can add that in there as well. And anytime that you face a difficulty value that you that is if you want to hit something and the difficulty is 10, you need to roll an 11 or higher. In this system, you must beat the difficulty value. Okay, there we go. Yeah, dancing and boat riding, same thing. Yeah, they both need the sea legs. Chief, I like your optimism. That makes sense. You've played this game before. Is it a bloop or is there something in the rules? I don't think there's anything in the rules that would directly link Pilot C vehicle to dance or riding to endurance. Rough waters are like the Tarantella. Even though it makes no actual differences, Fluffy, it's completely wrong. Yeah, you GM way too many games. All right, so yeah, we'll have to come back and we'll add a little bit more tech, or I'll do that in the. Uh-oh. Oh no! Bum ba dum dum da da dum rum bum rum bum. Hello! Well. If it isn't a bunch of kobolds, what are you doing here in goblin territory? You looking to feud? Of course, all of the kobolds are welcome over here in the Hero Zone. Dingle Noodle, thank you for the first time chat. Wowee. And another first time chat from Mazik or Mazik. Django Tarot is in with some Huggernauts. Bucket Lamp as well. We have Grumble Hide. Thank you very much also for a first time chat from a raider. Kobold Sprig, release the Huggernauts indeed. And let's give you some shout outs. We also have Shooty Man goes to Twitch. Shout out Kobold Sprig. Boom. Please do give her a look. Give us your foods. Well, but we have. If this goblin didn't eat the food, then this one very much ate the food. But Miss Sprig, welcome. Thank you for bringing the kobolds from your warren by. I hope that you had an amazing time. You're playing Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. You've been making some progress there, right? You've been playing it for a while, unless you've reset things. I don't know if you have, but how has your medieval strategy game been going? Or am I completely misrepresenting that game by calling it medieval strategy? You brought the pie. It has meat, some kind of meat. Who knows? Mead for pie? Wow. Oh. Mazik, I will, the Glublin will give you a cheer, all the same. It was D&D night tonight, but wrapped up. Oh, okay, so it was D&D up front. Well, so D&D is a medieval strategy game. So how is your medieval strategy game? My solo-only run actually died tonight, finally. Solo-only run. Oh, okay, for Bannerlord. Okay. Dingle Noodle is willing to trade bananas. Look, everyone, we have a pack of kobold traders that has stopped by the Hero Zone, and they're looking to trade for foodstuffs. So if you got stuff and you want to trade it with the small folk, get it done while they're here. Had a fun Rule of Cool moment tonight too in D&D. Sprig, are you willing to talk a little bit about the Rule of Cool moment, or do you have to scamper out of here to go fix something to eat? Shooty Man has been playing Catan clearly way too much, wanting to trade uranium for horses. I'll try to be quick because I'm late on. Yeah, I know. You got to refuel. You got to get them foods in you, and hopefully they're delicious foods. Which Sprig hasn't done a cooking stream. In fact, I don't know, Sprig. That you probably already have a schedule for the other outfits that you want for you. a chef outfit, I think, would be really cool. You could get the chef hat, and that's in a couple different ways. You could get the apron, and it could look like a cooking mama, like rustic style, or you could get the clean, sharp, like the professional chef looking one. That might be a cool outfit for you sometime. But hey, it's you and your channel. Don't let me tell you what to do. No uranium, but I have funny green rock that makes a buzzing sound, says Music. Well, you all came here as we were... Well, we've encountered a bit of a technical bloop, okay? Our PDF will not load forwards or backwards here, but it's okay. It's okay, because we have all but finished making our Cyberpunk Red Medtech character. Very sociable fellow, but has a clinical detachment when it's serious time. We used our randomized methods here in the workshop, very interactive, because I call on chat to roll some dice to help us see who we are developing in that workshop. This is our third character, and what we're going to do is next week, we're going to take those characters, and I'm going to show you a way that you can craft a cyberpunk story around them, so that we're learning not just the intro to the system and how to build characters, but how could you go about running an encounter? Sprigg says, so we had an encounter against a couple of Fey giants, and I took advantage of my tree stride racial ability to make a portal from the bottom of the tree they were beside to the top, and wrestled one of the two through it 3 times in a row in one round, dropping her on her sister's head, and ended the fight in one... Oh, so, okay, you're thinking with portals. Okay, I got it. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Sprigg. That's very clever. Chief Den says encounters are so snappy and red, it's a blast. Yeah, encounters can end pretty quickly when you start taking some injuries. And that's also why having a face down is a viable encounter itself. Because even the people who live here don't want to be shot or stabbed. You know, but you got to watch out for the people who are willing to shoot and stab, because, well, that means that they're more willing to risk taking that injury as well. So it can be a very lethal system in that regard. And so sometimes the best offense is a good defense, and you could just T-pose for dominance on the street to hopefully avoid a combat. Obviously, that's a simplistic way of putting a face down. It is GM's discretion. But in this environment, that is a way out of a direct fight, is to, you know, you shoot the blue steel. Chief Sten says, a single sneaky grenade, it's all over. Random car insta-death. Says, yep. It was the thing from Grim Hollow, mostly closest to hill giants. Oh, okay, so the Fey giants. Because when I read that, I'm like, the Fomorians? But it didn't quite sound like it, because you weren't talking about the eyes and all that other stuff. Awkward Mentor says, you need to learn to speak so you can reason with people, but you need to learn to fight to make people want to reason with you. I like that. Awkward Mancer, why aren't you writing my fortune cookie fortunes? Chief Sten says, I had my bud, Mexican Samba, a motorcycle out of a club as a face-off. Completely embarrassed him. That sounds like an awesome encounter.